So, this is my little documentation of me getting evicted and my start of figuring out where my next place is gonna be, how I'm gonna get there, what I'm gonna do with work, and all my stuff. Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. You guys may have saw my post, maybe not, but I just got evicted from the place that I was staying in Miami, which was with my now ex. It all just happened overnight, and it's very unfortunate, and definitely gonna be a speed bump for me for the next, weeks. Hopefully just weeks and not months. But yeah, I'm trying to be pretty positive about it. To be honest, I'm not too phased with being stranded in my car with all my stuff. As of now, I have no place to stay. Fortunately, I was able to fit all my stuff in my car. I did have to leave my desk and chair, but without knowing where I'm headed and with the limited space I have in the car, I decided to just give up my chair and the table. I'm sure you guys are wondering how I got here. So I'll try to explain to the best of my abilities. It all kind of happened super quick. So to really understand the story behind what happened, I do need to take you guys back to like the very beginning of the relationship, which was around 2.5 years ago almost. The ex was part of a Discord server full of just, weird people. Eventually, she, decided to distance herself from that and just move on from that whole environment. But there were just people that continue to, harass her behind her back, which honestly, in my opinion, shouldn't really affect her because she's not, she already relocated herself out of that environment. Whatever other people say or do, I believe shouldn't really affect her. Like, you're good, you're done, don't let it linger. There was this one specific individual that we ended up having to file a police report on just so we can have, a report that we can circle back to if in case anything happens. The now ex is a very, anxious person, unfortunately, and those kind of things really trigger a part of her that just causes her to just panic in a lot of ways. Now, with that being said, she relocated herself, away from that environment. So for the past almost, 2 years, or more than 2 years now, she's been good, away from that kind of people. There were just a few people that were also involved in that environment that she decided that she could trust and she was, cool with. And I've met some of them, and yeah, some of them were really cool. At least between us, there was no friction. It was just another person that we meet online, and some we actually met in person. Very recently, one of the people that she's still in touch with let her know that there was somebody on the server that was using a profile picture of me, which is kind of strange. Somebody clipped like the ugliest part of my face from one of the video and just made a profile picture, and apparently in the chat they were just sharing like one of my YouTube video links. Clearly, these people are just very different people, and they're just doing whatever they're doing to just get by, right? And I was not bothered at all, but my now ex became very anxious about the whole situation. Like, they found out about you, they're actually using your picture, and they found your YouTube channel, meaning like they can see me because I'm also on the YouTube channel, and they can see that where we've been to within Miami so far. Some of you guys may know I don't really hide any information about me other than like my address. Like, I don't mind you guys knowing my full name. A lot of you guys call me by my real name anyway. But as soon as she found out that somebody had all that information about me, she became very panicky, and it came to a point where we were having a discussion about me no longer posting YouTube videos of like IRL stuff or even streaming, and privating all my social media. And obviously that conflicts with what I do. I've been streaming for very long. This is my passion, and I recently kind of just started in getting into the YouTube phase. This is just you know, my lifestyle, and it's been that way for since 2014. As much as I care about the relationship and about her, there is just no way that I can do that. So we came to a very conflicting situation where she just wanted to be very private online, and none of our information is out there, whereas on my end, like, that's just not feasible because that's what I do. So then that escalated to her just getting very upset and a little physical with me. And then she basically told me, like, this is not gonna work out, you need to leave today. And at this point, we were out and about, and I basically dropped her off, and I went to Walmart, and I got some boxes just in case what she's saying falls through, just for my safety. At this point, she's frustrated, we're in a disagreement, nothing is very said and done. So I came home, and I just quietly just went through my stuff. I started sorting out my stuff. Just going through my stuff, getting rid of things that I don't need, putting the things that I do need back in its place. Just kind of cleaning, right? With a half intention of, hey, just in case I get kicked out tonight, at least I know what I'm keeping and what can be thrown out. And hopefully it doesn't, and it just becomes a cleaning session. She saw me doing that, and I believe, she kind of got the signal that I decided to just listen to her and leave today, which is completely fair. I don't think that's like a very out of the world assumption there. That triggered her again, and she got very upset, and she started throwing all of my stuff, and clothes and all that stuff. And at some point, she threw my guitar on the floor. And for those of you who don't really know, guitars are kind of pricey. So when she threw that on the ground, I got kind of upset. It's been a while since I actually felt that, like, emotional. But I got upset. I was like, hey, you don't have to throw my guitar on the ground. Like, I basically said it just like that. And then she just shot back at me. It just kind of got louder and louder as we went back and forth. Clearly, at this point, we're both at fault. And that caused her to get so heated that she decided to throw her phone at my face. And thankfully, I blocked it. That just kind of crossed the line for me. I could have been seriously injured, honestly, because it was his phone, his smartphone. It was like an iPhone. It's an iPhone whatever, right? So the cops were called, packed my stuff. I now have a report that's good for 2 years. Like, I don't care to press charges. I just wanted to make sure that, like, I was safe at that point. Yeah. So that's what happened. Quick little update. I don't even know if that was quick, but yeah, we're still figuring out where I'm gonna put my stuff and where I'm gonna stay tonight. I'm probably gonna stay in the streets. I rather park somewhere and sleep in the car and keep my belongings attended overnight than to find a hotel or motel and park my car outside where it's unattended. So that's my plan for the night. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this car that I'm still financing, and depending on where I choose to go, um, we'll figure out what my next step would be. Overall, my thought right now is that it's just unfortunate that it came to this. It's unfortunate that my now ex allowed this random stranger to hold that power against her and even me at this point, because I'm also affected too. But she's definitely struggling a lot, and yeah, it's just very unfortunate. I think it's a little surreal that they would just kick me out on the day of. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Hopefully, we can get back in a good place and continue the grind. Alrighty, what's up, guys? Quick little update. It is now about 7 in the morning. I got about 1 hour of sleep, and last night I spent a lot of time just kind of brainstorming my options here, my next move. One thing for sure is I'm not gonna be staying in Miami just because it's just too expensive here, and there's really nothing for me here other than my work. So my best option is looking like going back to Hawaii, which comes with a challenge of getting things moved over because everything's gonna have to fly with a plane, which means I'm gonna have to get rid of this car that I'm financing right now and ship out all my boxes and the remaining of my stuff that isn't boxed up in a timely manner. So that's gonna be my mission. So right now I'm just waiting maybe like another hour before reaching out to some of my coworkers to see if I can at least store my personal belongings in the office. Hopefully I'm able to do that because my number one concern right now is to keep my stuff secure, especially like my computer and other stuff that I need to bring with me to my next move. And once I can get everything out of my car, I will feel a lot more safe, in terms of people trying to break in or just my things getting, stolen. Right now, I'm in a situation where I don't even want to stay at a motel or anything because I don't want to leave my car parked unattended. That's just too big of a risk for me to take at this time. So that's my next step. And then from there on, I can figure out living in a car. That's no problem for me. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, guys, good news. I was able to get a hold of my boss basically at work, and he gave me the okay to leave my stuff at the office. So now my car has nothing. I feel a lot safer. So yeah, that's taken care of for now. I do have to figure out how to eventually ship that out, but at least for this weekend and for a little bit, that's taken care of for now. Now my next step is for tonight. I need to shower. There's several options for me. Maybe go to a gym, maybe go to a beach. In the past, when I experienced this kind of situation, I actually just got a gym membership, and I just showered at the gym. So that might be my play. We'll see. But I'm at Publix right now, and I'm about to go get some shampoo and soap and all that. Okay, guys, another update here. After we got the necessity and supplies, I ended up going out for lunch with one of my coworker. He was very kind to treat me to lunch, and I kind of caught him up to speed on where I'm at in my situation and my plan moving forward regarding moving back to Hawaii. And he was also kind enough to allow me at his house and take a shower real quick. And yeah, after that I came back. I was super tired, took a nap. So it's been a few hours since I've been back, but for today I'm pretty much all set. Now we're just waiting for tomorrow to continue the rest of this grind. And in terms of how I'm doing overall,
things are going pretty smooth for the most part. Last night I got to, plan a lot of things, and I'm executing today, and things are going according to my plan. So that's very good. A lot of, you know, a lot more room for me to think about other stuff, which is kind of good and bad, because right now I'm at a point where, like physically things are going well. I'm good. I'm, moving along the way that I'm trying to move, and everything. But at the same time, I'm slowly starting to kind of, you know, struggle more emotionally at this point. So that's where I'm at. I'm not really dying mentally either, so I'm in a weird spot, but definitely things are coming through my mind. Okay, guys, so it's been 3 full days since I got evicted. Things are moving very fast. I'm moving very fast, but Saturday night, the first night, I was able to, figure out a lot of things on the spot and plan it all out. And so far, things are going according to plan. I was able to get all my stuff stored in a secure place. I got it to mostly boxed up and ready to be shipped, which is gonna be done tomorrow morning or during the day. And tonight I was able to sell my car and got that payment off my shoulder. So yeah, things are looking okay so far. And I actually just now finalized my flight. I'll be flying back to Hawaii on Thursday morning, arriving around noon in Hawaii. So pretty good. Alright guys, this is gonna be my final update, I believe. I've been here at the airport for 5 hours now. I got 2 more hours to go, but I got everything shipped out, car's taken care of. All I gotta do is now take a flight to Houston, have a 2-hour layover and a 8-hour flight after that, and I should be back home in Hawaii. So for all those who reached out, thank you guys for your words. Really helped me get through these past 5 days now. So I'll see you guys back in Hawaii. Shoots.